Come with me as we check out Soul Bed City, a plant-based restaurant on the south side of Chicago. They have a hot and cold bar to choose from and also an extended menu. I ordered a lot of things. Let's start with the collard greens. These greens were absolutely delicious. They were seasoned to perfection. It came with a cornbread muffin, vegan, of course. I wasn't really feeling the texture of the muffin, but I tried it with the greens. The greens were dynamite. They were everything you want in collard greens. Tender, seasoned well. The cornbread, though, not so much. Let's get into the food from the hot bar. I had mac and cheese, some seitan, and some rice and beans. Let's start with the rice and beans. They smelled absolutely delicious. The beans were tender and seasoned well. The rice was fluffy. It went very well together. I tried it with the cornbread. The cornbread still wasn't hidden for me, but the beans and rice were dynamite. All right, time to get into this vegan mac and cheese. The pasta was cooked very well. Let's get into this cheese. It's not cheese. It was a creamy sauce. It was very nutty, but this is definitely not cheese. If you are looking for mac and cheese, this is not mac and cheese. It is a mac with a creamy sauce. Here is the seitan. I tried to cut into it and this happened. I keeps me an extra one. Don't even worry about that. All right, let's try to get into it again. After the first bite, you see I'm struggling with it. I am struggling with this seitan. The texture of the seitan was very spongy. It was not a pleasant texture at all. However, the sauce was quite delicious. It was seasoned very well. I like the sauce. Let's get into these jerk nachos. They look delicious, right? They had the lettuce and the so-called cheese sauce, the jalapenos. They were loaded. Upon my initial bite, they taste good. This was a good nacho. I did not taste any jerk seasoning at all. These are definitely not jerk seasoned, but they are a good nacho. They're very filling. It was seasoned very well, and it had that same sauce on the top. It is not a cheese sauce. It's like a creamy plant-based sauce. Now let's get into these eggless egg rolls. They were nice, crispy, very hot. Even though the egg roll was pretty greasy, the filling was seasoned very nicely. I enjoyed it. Let's get into this buffalo cauliflower. Now, these pieces were very big. They were breaded, and I'm guessing that they were deep fried. I did not enjoy these at all. It was very salty. The coating did nothing for the cauliflower. They should make this without the coating. The coating was not delicious. And finally, the quesadilla. There are just some things that a vegan version should not be made, and a quesadilla is one of them. This was absolutely not delicious. The so-called cheese was not delicious. The tortilla was not delicious. None of this was delicious. Most of the items I tasted were seasoned well. However, some of the items' descriptions on the menu were misleading, and everything comes in a to-go box. Overall, I'm going to give this restaurant a 6.1 out of 10.